Hello, my name is Sam Powley. I'm a grade 12 student at Vancouver Technical Secondary and I'm 18 years old. I believe that rugby is the best sport for young people to play. As one of the world's most physically demanding sports, it requires insane feats of strength and skill. With 300-pound beasts running at each other trying to make tackles, it makes for an entertaining game. I started playing when I was 10 years old, and I've loved it ever since. And according to New Zealand Rugby, there are many benefits of playing. Now, what does rugby have to do with my future? Well, I want to be a fireman after high school, and the benefits of rugby tie closely with those of being a fireman. The strength, the mental health, the team bonding, all of those things tie very hand in hand with firefighting. The strength that is worked on for rugby will help improve your in-game abilities and skills and dominance in the game, and it also, outside of the game, improves your daily life and your health and everything about that. So it just kind of goes into everything. I've been working out for rugby for just over a year now, and that strength that I have accumulated will help with my future career of being a fireman. An example of a workout I would do is some chest and arms and upper body and shoulders and all that stuff, some legs like squats, deadlifts, all that stuff, and I'll show you that now. I have been working on bench for over a year, and my bench used to be barely 100 pounds, and as you can see here, I'm easily moving 135 pounds, one full plate. Right here is the arms workout, and again, I used to only curl about 25 pounds, 20 pounds, and this is 40s here, which is pretty light work. And here's some shoulders, and the strength that is accumulated from rugby helps everything about your daily life. Here's me working triceps, and this strength greatly improves my playing abilities and my chance to make teams and perform well on said teams. Here are my squats, and that's me squatting 185 pounds. And my squat used to be only about 135, and now it's greatly improved and it's looking a lot better. Here are the Romanian deadlifts, pretty brutal for the hamstrings and legs, and as you can see, I have Tarbuck in the background watching it. As a skinny guy, I've been in the struggle for trying to gain weight and put on pounds to get that extra body mass and muscles for rugby. And here are some examples of the plates that I'll eat: lots of chicken, lots of rice, lots of pasta, always eggs for breakfast, burritos when I get the chance, anything I can put my hands on, really. I eat about 3,500 calories a day to keep up my vigorous bulking routine and keep up that strength and that ability to be performing at the best of my ability. My mom has helped me greatly with that side of the game and rugby, and keeping me fed and keeping my brother and sister fed as well, and keeping us big and healthy as we can be. Rugby helped me be disciplined, listen to coaches and authoritative people, make friends, new connections, everything you can imagine. But it's not all good. When I first started my weight gaining journey, I weighed only 155 pounds. It says on my driver's license, I was a small, skinny guy. And then as I started putting on weight and started being more conscious of the food I ate to get to that next level of performance, right in the middle at the start of the school year, I got really, really sick. I couldn't play for 2 weeks, and right as I hit a milestone of 180 pounds, I went back down, and I went back down to 160 pounds. I lost 20 pounds in 2 weeks, and it was terrible. Instead of falling down and giving up, which I thought about many times, I rose up and put on more weight. That strength and that journey helped me make big name teams such as the Ravens and Vancouver Central City. It wasn't only the big name teams that I was coming out for. Our very own Vantec rugby team made me the captain, and I played my heart out every minute I was on the field. The team means a lot to me, and I love every person on it. This right here is a clip from zones. We placed second in our zone, and as the captain of Vantec Rugby, I feel very proud to say we ended up making it to provincials. Our placement in provincials wasn't the best, but we were 14th out of 16 teams that made it to provincials, and 14th out of 72 teams in the whole entire province, which is not that bad. Here are some clips from provincials, me having big runs, winning games. I scored many tries in that game, but after all, it didn't come down to me, and it was a team effort. But leading a lot of boys who've never played before feels great to finally get them and us winning some games after so long. I've been on the Vantec rugby team for all of high school, and it's been great to finally see us winning some games instead of losing every single game like we used to. We finally made it to provincials, and I was even getting shout-outs from guys on the commentators and all that stuff. It was great. It was a fun tournament, and we played really well, and I'm really proud of all the boys. The Vantec teams in the striped jerseys in these next couple clips show how even the commentators were impressed with my tackling and abilities.
Looks like they might. Oh, man. What a tackle there. So far. Right here, maybe a little nice fake there on the little 2-on-1.
During the provincials, I even got posted on BC School Sports, an account with over 15,000 followers, multiple times. Mental health in rugby. Rugby also has so many mental health benefits, from the teammates you make, the physical wear off, and those kind of runner high things after winning games and all that stuff, to like lifelong friends and whatever. My mentor, Mr. Arthurs, talks more about that.
It's any type of team sport is going to be good for mental health in the sense that it brings you into a community. I typically give advice to young people when they go to university to try and join any types of groups they can, and rugby turns out to be one of those types of groups that'll typically accept anybody regardless of their body size, regardless of their experience. Because of the way the game works, there's always a position for a group of people on the field. And just when students go to university, things like that, sometimes they get isolated, right? And rugby is really a communal social sport. So for example, after games, everyone's encouraged to hang out, go to the game social, and you make connections with friends and teammates. And so you have way more opportunities to hang out with people who have like minds, and you can create more connections at the school level in your life, and that's obviously good for mental health because we don't want people to isolate themselves when they go to university. We don't want people to isolate themselves in any sense, and so if there's a common bridge between getting you out of isolation and into a group of people where they can support you and offer you support, I think that's always really good for mental health.
As you can see here, Mr. Arthurs agrees that rugby has pretty much infinite benefits to mental health, and there's always a club somewhere in the world. It's one of those sports that no matter where you are, there's always people to play rugby with, and yeah, it's just a great sport in general.
Do you think playing rugby will help me with my future career? Short answer, yes. Very straightforward, easy to spell out. Anytime you're involved in any group at any level, it just represents opportunities, right? So classic stories that happen, for example, when I'm playing at a rugby club, I just moved to Vancouver, I played for East Van Scribes. I didn't have very many friends, I was kind of isolated, and I went and started, my buddy who played for the team asked me to play for the Scribes, and I've now made some of the best friends I have over the last 5 years. I've gotten job opportunities just to get me on my feet while I was waiting to teach, so like laboring jobs, things like that.
Here's the Vantech team after we got second in zones. Those boys will forever be my friends after playing rugby with them. These connections I've made playing rugby have made lifelong friendships and have deepened my understanding of myself, where I stand on the field, and where I stand in my future careers, and everything about my life. It's just impacted me so greatly in so many ways, and yeah. As somebody who's been playing rugby from a very young age, I believe that it's great for any age of people. Anybody can start young, anybody can play old, because everybody always wants to play. The sport creates in young people that listening aspect they need in school and in life, that ability to work as a team, that ability to release anger, which personally really helps me because I used to have a lot of trouble controlling my anger when I was younger, and having something to release that anger and release that tension, like a rugby pitch, really gave me a lot of strength to grow in my social life outside of rugby, because that rugby gives you places where you can release that anger and frustration out just on the pitch against other people, but in safe ways and controlled manners that won't hurt you or yourself or anyone else.
We try to get rugby into elementary schools, and the idea is that we want, I don't know if this is specific to rugby, but for most sports, we want kids to be lifelong sports players, right? It's good for obviously your physical health, mental health.
As you can see here, Mr. Arthurs agrees that rugby has pretty much infinite benefits to mental health, and there's always a club somewhere in the world. It's one of those sports that no matter where you are, there's always people to play rugby with, and yeah, it's just a great sport in general. Starting rugby at a young age also helps learn rugby easier for your future.
And younger players tend to understand, I find that they understand rugby a lot easier because of the way the game is played and the rules.
So why not start rugby young? My other mentor is my old man, my dad, and he has some stuff to say about my growth and what rugby has meant to me as my sport. How do you see changes in me from rugby, mentally, socially, and physically?
Okay, I wrote some things down. So, socially, I think I see you more confident and outgoing. I think you're able to work well with others, work collaboratively. I think you show much greater leadership capabilities than you did before you started playing rugby. Mentally, I see you as more confident, more resilient. You're able to absorb setbacks better. You have a greater understanding and a capacity for what it takes not only to win, but also to be a gracious loser. Physically, Vantech rugby. Their wins and losses record aside. Physically, I see you as stronger. You're more interested in eating well, taking care of your nutrition. I see you focused on your body mechanics. You're going to the gym. You're enjoying doing the work that it takes to become physically stronger. Yeah, those are my observations.
Okay, thank you, Dad. So, playing rugby has these benefits for me, and also the growth that I've experienced through my rugby career has been just exponential, especially in the past year, from playing Ravens, getting incredibly sick and losing those 20 pounds, and playing PRCs the summer before that, to this year at Vantech Rugby, pushing our team to go that extra step to getting to provincials for the first time in Vantech history. Our team has been just exponentially growing, and it's just been great. I've been going out to more PRC practices this year for Team Vancouver, and a lot of the guys have pulled me aside and they've told me that they have seen a lot of growth in my playing ability, and they've seen a lot of growth in, like, especially my hands, my size, all that stuff. And yeah, so the growth that rugby has given me is just going to be great for my life, great for firefighting, great for everything that I'm going to ever do in life. And I'm really excited to say that I can keep playing rugby post-secondary and into my future, and hopefully I can play until I'm 80 years old. Hopefully that's my dream, and yeah, it's great. Love rugby, and yeah.